Thank you for joining with me in Chapter 3, The Innocent Perception. We are on knowledge versus perception. It follows then that asking Jesus for specific help always receives the ego's blessing, for it reinforces the insanity of its belief that God's Son is lacking, a belief that demands that we focus on specificity rather than the abstract. That is why Jesus reminds us that we need only remember that we have everything and need nothing. Recalling this happy fact is our only need and should be our only prayer. Prayer is a way of asking for something. It is the medium of miracles, but the only meaningful prayer is for forgiveness because those who have been forgiven have everything. Once forgiveness has been accepted, prayer in the usual sense becomes utterly meaningless. The prayer for forgiveness is nothing more than a request that you may be able to recognize what you already have. In electing perception instead of knowledge, you placed yourself in a position where you could resemble your Father only by perceiving miraculously. You have lost the knowledge that you yourself are a miracle of God. Creation is your source and your only real function. Our function of creation is non-specific and has no referent to anything in the perceptual world, for knowledge is abstract. Jesus devotes an entire section, Perception versus Knowledge, to this contrast between perception and knowledge, illusion and truth. Yet we need specific correction before we can awaken from the dream of duality. And true perception corrects our misperceptions via the miracle and returns us to knowledge. Perception must be straightened out before you can know anything. The opening paragraph contrasts uncertainty and certainty with, again, true perception being the means of bridging the gap forged by the belief in separation, leading us to the certainty that is beyond all duality. To know is to be certain. Uncertainty means that you do not know. Knowledge is power because it is certain, and certainty is strength. Perception is temporary. As an attribute of the belief in space and time, it is subject to either fear or love. Misperceptions produce fear, and true perceptions foster love. But neither brings certainty because all perception varies. That is why it is not knowledge. True perception is the basis for knowledge, but knowing is the affirmation of truth and beyond all perceptions. This is a crucial aspect of the Course's teaching and practice. We cannot go from illusions to truth, fear to love, perception to knowledge without intermediate steps. These happy steps or happy dreams remain part of the illusion, yet unlike the others do not breed further illusions, for they lead beyond them. They are the means Jesus uses to alleviate our fear in gentle measure, without precipitating a panic. As seen in the chart, which I show at the end of this reading, true perception is synonymous with forgiveness and the miracle. We will continually return to this theme of kindly bridging the gap from nightmares to awakening. Much later in the text, Jesus asks us to question every false value that we hold. Indeed, A Course in Miracles is an invitation to question everything we believe, beginning with the validity of our perceptions. As only the knowledge of heaven is certain, only that is real. However, we need to begin someplace and to question our perceptions, our questionable perceptions, pardon the pun, is the miracle's role. The miracle, being a way of perceiving, is not knowledge. It is the right answer to a question. But you do not question when you know. Questioning illusions is the first step in undoing them. The miracle or the right answer corrects them. Since perceptions change, their dependence on time is obvious. How you perceive at any given time determines what you do, and actions must occur in time. Knowledge is timeless because certainty is not questionable. You know when you have ceased to ask questions. I'm going to go ahead and stop there today. Please check out the graph at the end of my reading here. I keep it up every day. And I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. I'm going to try to keep the introductions to these readings and the closings very short because I'm making a YouTube playlist where you can play them all one after the other, and it's best if I keep my mouth shut and it's mostly the reading. You know what I mean. But I just kind of want it to blend together. Thank you so much for joining with me. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.